A plan that could completely change how Caitlin Clark is used and maybe even limit what makes her special. Let's slow this down and walk through it together. 7 days. That's all it took for the Indiana Fever to turn excitement into confusion. Free agency opens and they have a blank canvas, cap space, flexibility, a generational star in Clark. The perfect setup to build a fast, high-powered offense around her. So what's the first move? They bring in another point guard, not a dominant forward to help Aaliyah Boston inside, not a sniper to stretch the floor. A point guard at the exact position Clark plays best. That's not just depth, that raises questions. Then comes draft night. Fans are expecting size, strength, someone to protect the paint and finish Clark's passes. Instead, the Fever select Raven Johnson, another guard, and not just any guard, a player already tied to Clark from that viral college moment. Instantly, emotions flare. The fan base is split, and just like that, the noise gets louder. But here's where things really shift. Head coach Stephanie White steps up and says something subtle but powerful. She calls Johnson a true point guard. She describes Clark as someone who can play on and off the ball. That sounds harmless, but think about it. Clark isn't just any player. She's one of the most ball-dominant playmaking stars in basketball today. The offense works because the ball is in her hand. Take that away, even a little, and everything changes. Spacing changes, rhythm change, identity change, and then the messaging keeps going. Front office voices suggest Clark will need to adjust, not the system, not the new player. Clark. That's when fans start asking a bigger question. Is this team actually being built around her, or is she being asked to fit into something else? Because if you look closely, a pattern starts forming. More guards, shared ball handling, a system that spreads responsibility instead of centering it. That system works for some teams, but Clark isn't a system player. She is the system. This is where the story splits in two. On one side, there's a fair basketball argument. Johnson is a strong defender. Depth matters. Injuries happen. And teammates, including Boston, have made it clear there's no personal conflict. Everything internally seems calm. But on the other side, perception matters. And the way this was handled, it created doubt. It created tension. It made fans feel like the one player who changed everything for this franchise might not be the clear focal point anymore. And here's the twist. No one wants to say out loud, what if this isn't a mistake? What if the Fever aren't trying to maximize Clark? What if they're trying to balance her? Because some coaches believe no player should dominate everything. Some front offices believe the brand should be bigger than one star. If that's true, then this isn't chaos. It's philosophy. But that philosophy comes with risk. Because before Clark arrived, this franchise struggled for attention, wins, and relevance. After she arrived, everything changed. Ticket sales, viewership, energy, all of it exploded. That kind of impact is rare. And usually, when you have a player like that, you don't adjust them to the system. You build the system around them. Now, everything comes down to what happens next. Training camp, lineup, who handles the ball, who controls the offense. That's where the truth shows up. If Clark has the ball and runs the show, all of this fades away. It becomes smart depth, smart planning. But if the ball starts moving away from her, if she becomes just one option instead of the engine, then this past week won't look like coincidence anymore. It'll look like the beginning of something much bigger. So now the question is simple. Are the Fever unlocking Caitlin Clark or quietly reshaping her? Because the answer to that question could define the future of the entire league.